They came to Ukraine as a promise, with long-range, high precision, and the power to strike where the enemy would never expect. A howitzer meant to change the course of the war, but the battlefield was no training ground. It was a modern artillery nightmare, full of fire, steel, and death from above. I'm talking about the M777, once the pride of the US Army. Did it live up to the promise? Don't take your eyes off the screen, because what comes next will show just how brutal modern warfare truly is. The M777 is a 155mm towed howitzer developed by the United States. Unlike traditional bulky artillery pieces, the M777 stands out thanks to its ultra-lightweight design. Weighing only around 4.2 tons, nearly half the weight of most standard 155mm howitzers. Thanks to its use of titanium alloys, this howitzer can be transported by helicopter, high-mobility vehicles, or rapidly deployed across difficult terrain. With a barrel over 5 meters long, the M777 can fire a wide range of NATO's standard 155mm shells. The most common is the high-explosive M795, with a typical range of about 22 to 24 kilometers. When equipped with the rocket-assisted M549 A1 shell, its range can extend up to 30 kilometers. But most notably, the M777 can fire the M982 Excalibur, a GPS-guided precision round capable of striking targets at distances of 35 to 40 kilometers, with an accuracy of less than 5 meters. From the battlefields of Afghanistan to Syria, Libya, and now Ukraine, the M777 has been deployed in some of the world's most intense conflicts. Its blend of accuracy, mobility, and firepower has made the M777 one of the most anticipated weapons on the battlefield in Ukraine. The US and its allies have delivered over 150 M777 units to Ukrainian forces, along with hundreds of thousands of artillery shells. What really happened to the M777 in Ukraine? In the early phase of the conflict, the M777 howitzer was one of the most anticipated weapons in Ukraine's artillery arsenal. With its long range, high accuracy, and ability to fire precision-guided munitions, the M777 was quickly deployed to key fronts like Kherson, Zaporizhzhia, and Donetsk. In several battles, M777s were credited with destroying ammunition depots, command posts, and Russian artillery positions from a safe distance, helping pave the way for Ukrainian counteroffensives. These early victories cemented the M777's reputation as a vital asset, a weapon that gave Ukraine the reach, precision, and timing needed to strike deep behind enemy lines. Gunners of the 148th Separate Artillery Brigade marked an impressive achievement. They precisely neutralized a Russian tank with a single well-aimed round fired from a 155mm M777 howitzer. There was no second chance. Just accurate coordinates, and the howitzer did the rest. However, according to open-source data and independent analysis, the M777's effectiveness gradually declined over time. With an unarmored frame and limited mobility once spotted, many M777 units became vulnerable targets for Russian reconnaissance UAVs and kamikaze drones like the Lancet. Lancet drones and the hunt for M77s on the Ukrainian battlefield. In the Donetsk region, a Ukrainian M777 howitzer, carefully camouflaged and preparing for an upcoming attack, was spotted by a Russian reconnaissance drone. Just minutes later, a kamikaze drone appeared, diving straight toward its designated target. The strike was precise, hitting the howitzer's body and triggering a massive explosion, followed by secondary fires that consumed everything. This was a prime example of Russia's find and destroy strategy, executed relentlessly for months. At a makeshift artillery position near the Dnipro River in Zaporizhzhia, a Ukrainian M777 had just finished its final salvo at a Russian supply line. The crew was still clearing spent shells and preparing to withdraw when Russian counter-battery radar locked onto them. Less than 5 minutes later, 152mm rounds began raining down. One exploded dangerously close to the gun, sending dirt and smoke billowing. The crew scrambled to escape, but it was too late. A second shell struck the gun itself, instantly wiping out the entire howitzer. In Zaporizhzhia, every mistake is paid for in blood, and survival is measured in minutes, even seconds. Near Bakhmut, a Russian Orlan-10 drone detected Ukrainian artillery activity. Coordinates were relayed to fire control headquarters, and a Lancet was launched immediately. The attack came from above, nearly vertical, piercing the howitzer and generating a massive blast. Analysis shows that the M777 was destroyed in under 5 minutes from its first shot. One of the rare videos captured an M777 just firing a salvo when a Lancet struck. The crew had no time to withdraw and the explosion struck near where the gunner stood. Casualty details remain unknown, but footage shows the howitzer ripped apart, debris flying meters away. Another clip from the Donetsk front showed a Ukrainian M777 firing repeatedly. Each salvo echoed across the hills, but the sound and the muzzle flash gave it away. A Russian recon drone silently recorded the activity and forwarded coordinates to artillery command. Minutes later, counter-battery fire struck. One shell landed just meters from the M777, and the crew immediately abandoned post. Dozens of videos now show M777 struck by Lancet drones, exploding shortly after firing. It got so severe that at one point an average of at least one M777 was destroyed or knocked out each week. Faced with the risk of mass destruction, Ukraine had to change how it deployed the M777. The first shift was shoot and scoot. Each gun would fire only a few rounds, then be quickly disassembled and moved, because Russian counter-battery fire is fast, and any delay could mean lost guns and lives. Next came constant relocation. A single M777 rarely fired from the same spot for more than 2 days. After each mission, the howitzer would be hauled to a new position, preventing the Russians from targeting mapped coordinates later. Finally, crews began firing at night or in bad weather. Fog, rain, and low light limit Russian drone visibility and increase Ukrainian chances of firing and withdrawing safely. The M777 was once a symbol of hope and also one of the most hunted weapons in the war. In a battlefield where drones can appear at any moment and counterattacks come within minutes, even the most powerful weapons must learn to survive. The M777's role may have diminished, but its impact, from Kherson to Donetsk, still resonates. In modern war, no weapon is invincible. Only the guns and the people behind them that fight to the end are remembered. In the next video, we'll take a closer look at Skynex, Ukraine's latest air defense system built to counter Russia's relentless kamikaze drones. Don't miss it. And if you found this video insightful, give it a like and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss our upcoming reports on the latest battlefield tech and frontline updates.